morning, and welcome back to Whispers and Reggae. I am Baron Battlebred, and the last time we left off with the Time Breakers.
Time breakers.
They had just gotten in a fight with some hellhounds and saw that half of the city was overrun and were on their way back to their horses. If I remember correctly, they had encountered a terrible odor by the north gate. Who wants to roll me the perception check?
I had rolled a perception check, but I think that was just to register that the horses were gone.
I would like to
I have
say,
a
considering
+4.
Thaddeus's current health and the fact that his perception is a +6, he'll be rolling because he is very, very alert.
Got it. Overly stimulated Thaddeus Gearsmith.
Yes, rolls a 15.
Went to 15. Elise, during the last session, you had noticed that the reins were snapped on where the horse had been tied up. Thaddeus, you recognize this as one of the putrid scents of an ogre nearby.
Oh no, it's an ogre.
You sound...
No, he doesn't say it like that.
I was going to say, you sound very sarcastic right now. Oh no, the scent got stronger. It's two ogres.
It's two. Now
And
it's
suddenly,
three.
bears. No, we need to be careful. I smell something. It smells like death. Like an ogre.
Elise, roll me a survival check.
8.
You go up to investigate where the remainder of the reins are tied, and you do, in fact, see several large footprints leading off into the forest from where the horse was. They seem to be going in the direction of your other horses.
It seems these ogres. You did say ogres, right? Thaddeus said they are ogres.
Yeah, I said an ogre. It smells like death, like an ogre.
Well, it seems that death is heading for our horses.
I'm in no condition to fight.
Like, Elise is pretty callous, so she probably won't want to fight an ogre just for a horse.
Even a horse that she paid for?
She got use out of the horse. You know, it's not like she's gonna get money back by returning the horse.
Plus, a horse is a horse. Of course.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
Can we see the other horses?
Not from your current vantage point. They would be up on the hill, just outside the village, in the woods.
Telepathically, Elise will communicate to the other two. I'm going to scout ahead and see if perhaps we can get our horses anyway. But I don't have any intentions of taking a fight.
Shimmer will sort of grab your shoulder lightly for a second and cast invisibility.
Boom.
Then nod and
Invisible
step back.
Elise.
God, an invisible.
That was a
Elise.
great sound effect.
He said to the editor.
Actually, I was saying to you, that was actually good.
Suddenly
Oh, for sure.
bears. That was a great sound effect.
Sarah's gonna
looking
turn
forward to
into the
fixing
Terminator. We're seeing the rise of the T-600s right now.
All right, so Elise, you are currently invisible. And you want to scout ahead. So, give me your stealth check with advantage.
21.
Nice. All right. You go to scout ahead. Thaddeus and Shiver, Elise has completely disappeared. You see.
Oh, that was kind of the point of casting invisibility.
So sarcastic. Elise, you start making your way up the hill. And as you get closer to where you're pretty sure you tied the horses, the scent gets stronger. As you crest the hill, it's almost nauseating. But you do see 2 horses tied to trees where you left them.
To look around to make sure it's safe to grab these horses and go.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Come on, lucky dice. Nope, 7.
You look around and you don't see anything, and the horses don't appear to be frightened. You make your way up to them as stealthily as you can, and as you get close to them, you hear, just on the other side of the trees, the ripping and tearing of flesh, the crunching of bones. Something is having a feast back there.
All right. So, the ogres might be occupied in Elisa's mind. She's going to untie the horses quietly, slowly, making sure that there is no opportunity for her to be seen.
Okay.
And then once that is successfully complete, then she will hop on one of the horses and head towards the others.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll a quick perception check here. As you hop up on one of the horses, you hear a deep, snarling voice behind you say, "Who lets them freeze?"
Let's go with a silent image. This is going to break invisibility, but it might be worth it. Of a horse running in the opposite direction.
Okay.
With a silhouette of Elise herself on that horse.
That is a lot. Go ahead and roll me deception against my passive insight.
24.
Yeah, okay. As you cast this, an image of a horse running off in the other direction, you still haven't looked back at this point?
No.
Okay. And you start running off on your horse in, like, down the hill, right?
Right, with the other ones, with the lead of the other one.
Got it.
So
So
that we
you
can-
and 2 horses are running off down the hill. Your silent image is running in the other direction. And you hear a voice shout, "There they goes!" And you hear the loud stomping footfalls of a massive creature running off, fading into the distance behind you, chasing your silent image. "Get back, Sears!" But you escaped by the skin of your teeth. Congratulations.
Yay!
Telepathically to the others before she gets to it. It's like, I don't know how long my silent image will last, but I've got him off our trail for now.
They last about a minute.
It is up to 10 minutes concentration.
Okay. As you make it to the bottom of the hill, closer to your companions, you guys hear a horrible yell coming from the top of the hill as something discovers that whatever they were chasing was not dinner.
I think that's time to go.
Yeah, we should get out of here, find a place, make camp.
All right. You have 2 horses. How do you want to handle this?
Probably makes the most sense for Elise and Shimmer on one horse and Thaddeus and Sarah on the other.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Okay. You currently have a draft horse and a riding horse. The draft horse is stronger, and the riding horse is faster. So, how would you like to split up on these horses?
I think Thaddeus and Sarah should take the stronger horse.
That sounds prudent, considering that Sarah is 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sarah and Thaddeus will jump on the draft horse. Elise and...
Well, I'll have to lift Sarah onto the horse, and Sarah's in dumbfounded mode.
Wow.
I never expected my steel defender to become, stupid again.
You guys get on your horses and you start making your way east. Right?
Right.
Okay. So you guys are headed east. Who is Shimmer and Elise? Who is steering the horse?
What's my animal handling? I have a +4 to animal handling.
+1 for Elise.
Then I guess I'll take the head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Oh, that's not great. 7.
Shimmer, you're doing your best, but for some reason your horse keeps veering to the left. As you make your way east, you can't seem to find the path. You know there should be one coming out of the village. At least that's the direction that it looked like it was leading. Wait, does Shimmer know where your guys are going?
Nope. I assumed that Thaddeus was in the Thaddeus horse was in front of us. I was just taking the reins of this horse.
Of the faster horse.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Elise can tell me where we're going. It's fine.
Shimmer doesn't know where you guys are going. You got...
We did not think this through.
Well, you know what? We do need to find a camp so I can rest. Like a little camp spot.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're delayed just a little bit, that's fine.
Going the absolute wrong way, We're heading the right direction-ish.
Roughly. You're headed roughly the right direction, but it feels like the mountain is getting further away, not closer. Maybe you should probably head more towards the base of it, see if you can't find the path upwards. You guys are still in the forest, by all accounts. But if you're looking for a place to camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thaddeus, go ahead and roll me a survival check. See if you can't find a nice spot to camp.
6.
Nice.
Look at
When you
this
say
swamp I
nice,
found. Nice muddy ground. Perfect for a camp.
You find a little clearing at the edge of a swamp. Well, kind of a swamp. More like a bog? It's a bit odd to find such muddy ground here in the forest. But it looks like it's sturdy enough to hold a tent. Would you guys like to stop and take a rest?
Shimmer is absolutely disgusted at this idea. But she has her necklace, so it's fine.
Okay. It is fairly late in the evening, so, stopping for your long rest for the day is probably a prudent choice. Who would like to keep watch? Who's taking first watch,
Well,
I should say?
Shimmer can do it since technically, as far as she's concerned, it was just morning, like 5 minutes ago, or a few hours ago. So.
That is true. All right. You guys bed down for the night. Shimmer is on first watch. Shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me your perception check.
16.
Nice. There are, as you hang out for the night, there are a lot of strange sounds in the woods. Like you hear footsteps going by that sound almost humanoid, but like there's an extra one every couple of steps. Like something has a third leg, but you're not quite sure about it. There are strange howls in the distance. The fluttering of bats around you. And at one point, you're certain you hear the caw of a raven.
Fuck.
But the night, other than the very strange noises, the night passes uneventful. Who do you wake up for second watch?
I guess. Did we not discuss this beforehand? Because if not, she's probably gonna go for Elise because Thaddeus is injured. And she doesn't know what the fuck's going on with Sarah.
All right, so you wake up Elise.
Mm-hmm.
Elise, it's your turn for the watch. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Shimmer is going to go into her necklace and is going to glare at it slightly before doing so.
A natural 1 per 5.
Elise, you still got some sleep in your eyes, and as you rub them to get a clearer view of the things, Shimmer has disappeared again. And you go out to stand your watch, keeping an eye on the woods around you. And you hear a very odd but rhythmic squelching of something moving through the mud in the dark. Just a kind of sound.
Let's see. Could Elise do anything?
I don't know. Would Elise do anything?
Would Elise do anything? She doesn't want to wake her friends for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll just ready, and she'll have her attack ready. She'll have her short bow ready to go, hunkered down, ready for any aggressive signs. But other than that, she's not going to pursue the sounds or wake the allies until the end of her watch.
Okay. What's your passive perception, Elise?
14.
You feel a hand, a teeny tiny hand, in your pocket.
She's gonna catch the hand.
You gonna grab it?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a strength check. Or, well, I mean, it's a grapple, so you can give me athletics. But you're also catching somebody's sleight of hand.
So I can do sleight of hand.
Yeah, give me your sleight of hand. See if you can catch their hand in your pocket.
God damn. 2 natural 1s in a row.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. 8.
You feel a hand in your pocket, and you instinctively reach for it with your free hand. But both of your hands were on your bow, so as you let go to reach for it, you feel the hand in your pocket disappear, and a tiny voice behind you go, and there's no one there. Roll me a D100, please.
Yeah, okay. Where is... There's something I want to do after I roll a 100. $35.
35. You are inexplicably frightened of whatever is behind you. And you find yourself dashing to the other side of the camp. But when you turn around, there's nothing there.
I want to cast an upcasted sleep on that spot.
Okay.
Because it's an AoE. And as long as it has less HP, it should work. And
do you need to see a target?
creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures.
Okay. Go
Starting
ahead
with the
and
creature
cast.
with the lowest hit points. Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
Where's the amount? Oh, 5d8. And I upcasted it to second. So that's 7d8s. Which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please be enough. 30.
30. All right. Let me check real quick on how much HP this thing has.
So I'm pretty sure Elise has my necklace because I've made a habit of just giving it to her when I'm in it.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what I'm worried he's taking.
Yeah.
For your sleep spell?
Mhm.
You roll your sleep spell, and you cast it at the point where you believe a creature was, and though you don't see anything, you do hear the sound of something falling into the mud. Just a squelch. But the mud settles. Nothing's there.
And is she capable of walking over there with the fear effect? Is that ended or?
Yes.
Okay, so she'll walk over and investigate.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me your investigation.
I'm glad I have advantage on investigation because that's 24.
Got it. You go to investigate, and you're, like you take an arrow and you're poking at the mud, trying to figure out what this is, when suddenly you hit something solid. And using said arrow, you see what you can find, tracing an outline of it. And there's a small winged creature in the mud at your feet. It looks like mud, but it's definitely solid.
Like a fairy, maybe?
Something.
Let's see. Do I have anything in my inventory that's going to help me? I do have rope.
Okay.
So I think... Well, I'm still looking through the inventory, see if there's anything else that might be a better fit than just tying up this small winged creature that's trying to steal something. Yeah, we'll just tie up this small creature.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand for not, I guess.
13.
Well, considering this creature looks and feels like it's made out of mud, you do a fairly good job of tying a rope around it. It's still asleep. And you're coming up to the end of your watch time. How would you like to handle this? You can go wake up Sarah or Thaddeus.
Yeah, we'll wake up Thaddeus next.
Okay. Thaddeus, you have been woken up to finish the watch. A little relaxing, and you'll finish your long rest. You have not currently finished it yet.
There's a small creature I've tied up. A winged thing. Tried to steal from my bag. Maybe you can recognize a little bit more of it.
Okay. I would like to investigate the small creature.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
14.
14. Not bad. You look this creature over, and it does seem familiar. Roll me a history check.
8. Apparently not that familiar.
It's familiar enough. You realize, after your investigation, that this creature is probably some kind... It's an elemental made out of mud?
Huh.
It's surprising to see it in these parts, so it's more likely that someone summoned this to keep an eye on you.
Huh. I turn to Elise and I say, it appears this creature may be a construct sent to spy on us.
Well, if that isn't alarming, I don't know what would be.
As Elise sits down to finish their long rest, Thaddeus and Elise, you both hear the distant caw of a raven. But it's not daybreak yet, so it's weird that they're awake.
I have a bad feeling about this.
At that point, the small creature that you have tied up melts away into mud. You're left holding an empty rope. The rest of the night passes without incident. You all complete your long rest. Sarah has not regained their sentient consciousness yet, but they do power on in the morning with no problem. Ready to defend you. Or should I say, ready to defend you.
Let me see if I can find that mute button.
Nah.
It is now morning time. Shimmer. Since you feel like you had just woken up previously, and you went back in to rest, what were you up to during the night?
I guess doing, practicing musical instruments.
So you would say you didn't obtain a long rest, but a short one?
I think she would have fallen asleep eventually. Though, she probably should spend a tiny bit of time after her session ended doing a little musical practice and got to sleep.
Okay. Musical instruments, huh? What kind of music do you play?
She's a bard.
Yes.
Which instruments? Lute, flute, a lyre, bagpipes, the ones I have proficiency in.
Neat.
So, I think she was practicing the flute.
Okay. You take a small nap. You get yourself recharged, and you manage to pop out of your amulet this time. Probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. Sun is definitely up. And you find Thaddeus and Elise talking about the small creature that visited them last night.
Is the necklace still with Elise, or was it in the mud?
The necklace is still with Elise.
Okay, good. Well, but how many days has passed this time? We're still in the same spot, so that's good.
Yes, it's just a night.
Oh, good.
It seems we've been watched through the night, however. The mud elemental.
That's not good.
After talking with Thaddeus about the description and what you have, you would recognize it as a mephit, or effectively a familiar of some kind.
Who would want to summon in a mud mephit as a familiar to spy on us?
I don't know, but there's also ravens about, and they were out at times when ravens aren't usually about.
I heard a raven during my watch.
So I feel there's a presence here that has paid much more attention to us than we have of it. It's a troublesome thought.
Indeed.
Would you guys like to continue on your journey?
I turn
Not the
to
only-
the party. I think it's best we continue on our journey.
I'll have Elise lead this time.
Okay.
We might end
As
up
we've
worse.
established, I have no idea where we're going.
Okay,
Hmm.
Elise, you are leading this time, making your way towards the mountain to the best of your ability. Give me your survival check to find the path.
18.
With an 18, you take a sharp right from your current position and head straight towards the mountain. You figure that the closer you get to the base of it, the more likely you are to find the path that leads up it. And after about an hour or so, you do come across a path. But the path leads left and leads right. Both of them appear to go around the base of the mountain. You're not sure which one will lead up. Which direction would you like to go?
And we have no other information on where these paths go.
Roll me a wisdom check. You had a pretty good survival, so I'll give you a chance.
18.
Okay, so based on the current direction of your travel and where you came from, you're pretty sure that if you go right, you will eventually come back to the village. Your best option is likely to the left.
Then the left we shall go.
Excellent. You guys start heading down the path, and you stay on it for most of the rest of the day. You've probably traveled a quarter of the way around the base of this mountain before the path starts leading up, and you realize, looking up at it, that the path goes up back towards the right, and then back towards the left, and then back towards the right, and it seems to circle around the way in a surprisingly long and winding zigzag pattern.
That is literally just going up a mountain. That is just how it works.
Listen,
Yeah, you
taken
basically
horses up
described a
mountains.
mountain path.
I've taken horses up
Yeah.
mountains in video games. You can go straight up. I've seen it happen.
I live on a mountain.
Iron style.
What? You mean to tell me that paths up the mountain are just long, winding roads of least resistance?
Yes.
Yes, just like the Beatles song.
Fine. You find a normal path up the mountain that is a long, winding road of least resistance.
Thank you.
Success. Excellent work, everybody.
Congratulations. You spend most of the rest of the day following this path, until you come to a very steep. You come to an edge of the path where part of the path has fallen away, making a very thin line with a very steep drop off. You probably will have to cross single file. You may or may not be able to ride your horse across it. You may also be able to jump your horse across it. It looks like it's about a 15-foot gap. How would you guys like to handle this?
Well, Thaddeus is going to try to jump the horse across.
I wonder.
YOLO.
I'm going to cast jump on my horse,
Interesting.
and then try to have us jump across.
Okay, let's see. Riding horse has a +3. You cast jump on it, that triples it to 9. You get a running start, that's 18. Right. So, with the jump spell cast on your riding horse, you guys get a run up, and your horse clears the gap with 3 feet to spare. Thaddeus, you watch their horse clear the gap pretty easily, and you believe that you can as well.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Empirical evidence and all.
All right. So, you get a run up. Your horse charging forward, not quite as fast as the riding horse. And it goes to jump. And I need you to roll me a d20, please. An athletics check for your horse.
I would like to take this opportunity to say that in terms of, the whole thing about dice fudging and everything like... No, I'm kidding. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Boy, it sure would be a shame if you used that inspiration dice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was inspired.
Inspired by your teammates making the jump. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do I just roll again?
Yeah, go ahead and roll again.
Yes, I was inspired, not fudging dice.
There's no dice fudging here.
You remember?
It's a 6.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
One of the things that we have decided, right, is that we can pass each other inspiration anyway. So, we passed you an inspiration.
Yeah,
We're totally following the rules. Didn't help though.
Seeing the other horse clear the jump so flawlessly, you kick your draft horse into a gallop, just and it makes the leap, and it's not far enough. And you can see that it's not going to be far enough. So Thaddeus and Sarah, I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can catch the edge of the ledge. We'll call this a Mario moment. How about that?
Double jump.
You're sacrificing your tiny turtle dude to make it to the edge of the map.
Oh my god. Oh, it's brutal.
Dude. Oh, no. I tried so hard.
And
They
got so
could have
far.
walked. They could have walked. They could have walked. With a 6 and a 9, you're gonna cast?
I'm gonna cast Featherfall.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Who are you casting it on Thaddeus and Sarah? Are you casting it on the horse?
But I can cast it onto up to 5 creatures, so it's gotta be on all 3 of them.
Okay. You guys watch as Thaddeus, Sarah.
Also, that
and-
was very inspiring. I'd like to give Shimmer an inspiration.
Thank
you
you.
guys watch as Thaddeus, Sarah, and their horse plummet at about 60 feet a second, so it's enough to survive the fall. But they fall about 120 feet to the path below, and will have to spend the next hour making the trek back up there.
You know what I might have been able to do is telekinetic shove to pull them if they made it within 5 feet of the edge.
Not with those rolls.
Not with those rolls. All right.
No, those rolls were basically like just diving off the edge.
They didn't get over a 10. A 2, a 6, a 9, and a 6. I just... So, you guys wait there for about an hour as Sarah and Thaddeus make their way back up. On their horse, safely. You guys are standing at the edge of this gap again. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
Surely they wouldn't jump it again. Thaddeus?
Well, considering that we survived,
Oh,
and we didn't hit the ground, there must be some kind of gravitational thing that will save us, so we can technically attempt it again, but I think we'll go around.
Okay. You and Sarah are going to get off of your horse, and you're going to carefully traverse the edge that has not crumbled away.
Yes, and we're going to try to lead the horse across too.
Got it. Thaddeus, are you leading?
I am leading.
Just go ahead and roll me a dex check. Thaddeus, you almost you slip and you almost fall again, but
Even with the bardic inspiration, I don't think that could have helped you there.
Oh my goodness.
You do have bardic inspiration, though.
oh my god.
You know, we don't have to roll this part, right? Like,
I wanted to see. It takes a moment. You guys slip and start falling, but you are caught both by Thaddeus. You're caught by Sarah and the reins of the horse. Sarah, after pulling you up, slips and falls a little bit. Is caught by you and the horse as well. You make it across, but just barely. You make it across with your lives through several scares. What is wrong with these people in gaps lately?
these dice have always hated us.
Yeah,
Like,
you
with the
guys make it.
With the exception of the advantage rolls, I think like everything I've ever rolled has been less than a 10.
Oh Jesus! You guys make it up. You guys make your way across this path with no more interruptions. It's fairly smooth walking. It does take most of the day. And you are coming up onto early evening as you come around the bend, and you see maybe 200-300 feet away the smoking crater of the impact site. And as you approach it, an individual steps out from the shadows of a boulder, a smoking husk of a person. He stands in front of you, and he says, "Stop. This discovery is mine."
I'm waiting for Brett to say, and this is where we're going to end the session.
Oh, this is where we're gonna end the session. That's right. And this is where we're gonna end the session today. And that's gonna be all for now. But when we return next episode, I'm sure the Time Breakers will continue to impress us.
Time breakers, time breakers.
it's good to know that the most formidable trap against any D&D party so far has not been a door, but a gap. You can come
You know
join
what
the Discord.
I also know what I realized? I could have cast jump on both of our horses. It's not concentration.
You can come join the Discord. Link is in the description. And help us build the city from the inside. Leave a rating, leave a review, and tell us how you really feel. Thank you for listening.